Hello everybody, this is Jeff Berlin. This video is regarding how we get bass amp sounds. People sometimes may feel that there's a formula for it, but there really isn't. The best way that I found that anybody can get a great bass amp sound is fairly obvious through experimentation. It is through turning knobs and listening. So I'm going to do some demonstrations about that in this video. But before I actually begin, I wanted to invite everyone to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I plan on doing a whole series of bass educational principles. And if you know me, you know I'm very specific. Your improvement will come in pieces, little videos based on specific things that is going to help you to become a better bass player. So subscribe to this channel and you'll be privy to all of those videos. And also, since this video is about sound, I got a little sneaky little secret to share. I don't like to use the word secret that often, but it's kind of a little bit of an enticement. I have something to show everybody at the end of the video regarding slap bass and the sound you can extract out of an amp that does not have a tweeter. So it's a kind of an interesting little demonstration, so hang till the end of the video. Regarding bass tone is a personal preference, and everybody watching this has nothing more to do than to go to their amp, plug it in, and do this. It is a figuring out. That's how I got my tone. That's how all the bass players that you admire get their tone. They play, accept and reject certain elements of what they hear, and they grow from that. I'm going to demonstrate for you how, as a bass player in the studio and as a bass player in clubs, how I get my bass tone. So let me explain it to you. I like to put all my amp sounds as flat at the outset, so that way when I'm playing a gig, I can, in a room with the acoustics will be different, I can adjust from a flat sound and adjust the bass sound to fit the room's acoustics. In a studio, I also go flat because perhaps the engineer wants more highs or more lows. So flat seems for me a good place to start. If you look at the tone knobs on my amp, everything is sort of at 12 o'clock. And from there, I will adjust more bottom, more highs, according to the acoustics of the room or according to the sonics required by the engineer. It's a very simple thing, and everybody should practice this, even at home. If you're not happy with the bass tone, adjust your amp in order to see if you can find something nice. And if you are happy with the bass amp, adjust it further to see if you can get even more joy out of it. So really, tone is personal. There's no secrets to it. There's no, I feel, any lesson that goes with it other than using your ear and your mindful vision of music that you wish to represent. And if you do this, you'll experiment and find something that is exceptionally satisfying to you. But if you remember, I also mentioned tone regarding slap. Bass players who slap tend toward tweeters to accentuate the highs, or tens, which also accentuate a high frequency. I'd like to demonstrate that with a little bit of an adjustment on my amp, I found a bass tone that equals, I feel, any slap tone, and it's coming out of a 15-inch speaker with no tweeter. So let me demonstrate. If you look at the knob setting on my amps, I twisted the bass all the way up, the treble all the way up. There is a tone accentuated knob here on the right. I don't even know the name of it because I don't use it in my regular sound. But I discovered that I could get a sound. Now, I'm clearly no slapper, but I think that any of you who are, far better slappers than I am could take this tone and be legitimate in the style of music you're playing. And it came out of a 15-inch speaker with no tweeter. The message is that gear is to be used to your advantage. You will adjust the gear. You will provide your sensibilities musically, the way you hear music, and adjust things so that you could create a sound that best pleases you. Gear is here to serve us. We are not necessarily have to adjust ourselves to it, is a philosophy of mine, because it makes me in charge of the tone that I would produce. So that's my little short video on bass tone. Experiment away all the time, and when you arrive at something you love, you will go from there even higher, because you have a platform of bass tone that gives you joy and happiness. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming. Thanks for watching.